Detective Tiny Hands, she gets you as she can. Detective Tiny Hands, if you need a detective, she's your man. Woman. Hello for a very special edition of Steph Sparkles. Detective Tiny Hands. That's right. I'm here to spill all of the tea that's fit for drinking. It's water. Whatever. What should we talk about today? I know how to not get caught up in a scam. And how you can do a little detective work on your own so that you make sure you're never caught in the middle of a scam. And when people are lying to you, I'll show you how you can get all the receipts. Okay, so I'm gonna do my makeup. I'm sweating my sparkles off in here. I'm gonna have a chat with you while I do my makeup. Recently, I was caught up in a scam and I was lied to a lot. Luckily, it was only a couple of dollars and I did manage to recoup it. But this woman who was in charge of this contest, you wouldn't believe the bad luck she had after she was trying to get my order to me. My goodness. She called in the order, or no, wait, she did it online. I don't know, I think she said she called it in, she said she did it online, whatever. My prize was an order from a certain company. Hello there. After I'm going through and editing my video, I'm just seeing that there's a little bit of a need for some clarification on some things. So I'm just gonna add this in. The contest that I won, it was from a group that I am in with a common interest, and everyone put in a couple of dollars to this pool, and then the winner of this contest gets to place an order totaling the amount of this pool. So that's what I won, and that's where we're going from here. So I have ordered from that company before, and I know that it sometimes takes longer than other companies, at least in my experience. And since I didn't have any money on this drawing, someone else sponsored my entry. Yeah, that's right, they charge you to enter, which is okay because it's only a few dollars and it goes to a pool and the pool pays for the prize. But as it turns out, that's not cool with Facebook. But anyways, I digress. So I sent a message to her and just said, hey, did they give you shipping information? I'd like to check it out because I haven't got it and I'm afraid that my post office messed up or something. She didn't answer me. So a couple days later, I commented on one of her posts and just said politely, hey, I sent you a DM. Maybe it's in your requests, even though I knew it wasn't because we had already exchanged DMs. Then, like 4 days later, I believe, she finally said, oh, I just saw your comments. So I checked my message. I'm so sorry. Let me see what happened. And then she didn't say anything. So then I messaged her again. Did they get back to you? And she said, oh yeah, they sent it to, they mislabeled it and sent it to, and she gave me the name of a city and state. Now at the time I was suspicious, but I know this shit happens all the time, right? But I looked up the zip code of the place that she mentioned because I thought quite likely it's like a digit or two off from my zip code, you know, so it got shipped the wrong way or something. That totally makes sense. But it wasn't even close. So I'm increasing, like I know I'm being scammed at this point, but I also feel like if there's something going on with her, like if she's that desperate for that small amount of money, there's got to be a bigger issue, and I'm genuinely concerned for her. So I'm just being nice and being patient and letting it happen. And she says as soon as she gets a refund from this order that went to the wrong place, then she'll send me an order and I can pick a new one. It doesn't have to be the same order. I'm thinking that's weird. If she knows where it goes, then they could just forward it on to me and they wouldn't need to wait to get it back to give her a refund because they know it went to the wrong place. They don't know if they're ever going to get it back then, if they don't have any way of rerouting it. So time comes for the next contest to be held. All the entries are paid for. And all of a sudden, oh no, wait. First, it was like, I'm really busy, I'll do it tonight. And then it never happened. And the next day, I'm so busy, I'll do it at 3. And 3 came and went. And then it's, oh, I'm sorry, I just realized I typed 3, I meant 8. And then 8 comes and goes. And now no one can get a hold of her. So finally they get a hold of her the next day. By this time I know for sure. I mean, come on. You can only be so generous with your benefit of the doubt, right? In a moment of anger, I posted on my own page something about like, I hate being scammed, at least it was only a few dollars, oh well. And I didn't specify anything. But one of the people who I was Facebook friends with, who's also an admin in the group, saw that post. And just as I was picking up my phone to delete it, because seriously, I was going to bed and I was like, that was stupid. No one cares. I'm being a baby. And I deleted it. And as I was picking up my phone to do that, I got a message from her and she was like, are you talking about our giveaway? Because if you have any concerns, let me know. And she was very nice. She wasn't angry with me. She wasn't throwing her other admins or anything under the bus. She was just like, if there's a concern, please let me know. So I let her know and I was like, sorry, that was stupid of me to post that. I took it down. And she let me know that they haven't been able to contact this person either. And we both expressed that we were very concerned about her if no one could reach her. And this seemed like erratic behavior. I mean, to just go off the grid. And when I mentioned that I had never gotten my order, she was shocked because none of the other admins had any idea that I never got my order from, now at this point it was like 3 weeks ago. So then that rose some questions, and then her and another admin were questioning her because obviously nothing was adding up. And her story kept changing. And then she finally got in touch with me. She got in touch with them at some point. I mean, apparently it got heated against these 2 women who were trying to do their due diligence instead of just blindly taking this woman at her word, because none of her words went together to form a realistic sentence that made any kind of sense. So they got kicked out of the group. Because by this point, the girl in charge of the giveaway had sent a order confirmation number screenshot. And one of the admins sent it on to me because it was supposed to be for my order that I didn't believe ever happened. So of course I would love to see proof of it, prove me wrong. So I Googled this company's name and order confirmation. And it was in the top results, in the images, this very number. And then you look down and it's an order from 2017 that went to, I believe, Peru. That's where Lima is, isn't it? Peru? I don't know. Geography is my worst. So anyway, now at this point, I am definitely emboldened because I clearly have evidence that she's trying to get out of something because she's lying if she really placed an order and she didn't have an order number and she didn't know how to get one, she would have proof of, because we all had to send into a PayPal pool to enter, she would have an accounting of where that money went. And she could show us, without giving us any personal information, she could show the transactions. If it came out of her personal account, she could just screenshot that without giving us any other personal information and show us the transactions. There's a million ways, but instead all she could do was provide the quickest thing she could find on Google search. So by this point, I'm like, she had already said, send me a cart for another order. Just pick out your things, there's a set dollar amount. So I picked everything, and I picked from a different company that I know ships faster. I mean, just because I know from experience. And I sent her a screenshot of the cart. And I didn't hear back for hours. So then I'm really starting to get on her. We're gonna use Anastasia Norvina because it's my happy place. They're just such comforting colors. I love pink and purple, and I love the soft cool tones. So we're gonna do this. I'm just gonna go in a natural browns, pinks, whatevs. So I'm saying to her, if there's something going on, I'm really concerned about you because, obviously concerns with legalities and fraud, I'm worried if something's going on here. And she was like, I totally understand your concern and I'm so sorry. She was very apologetic in every email or message, whatever. And I said, finally, when I started kind of pushing it a little, and I said, it is really weird though that my package got sent randomly to your hometown. And she said, oh, I'm from such and such, that's where I live. And I'm like, oh, well, your family's from there or something? Because I couldn't help but notice on Facebook that it's a hometown for your family member. And that's just randomly where it got sent to. And she was like, I'm gonna order it right now. Just skipped over it. So she placed the order. She sent me a screenshot with the order number and her email, the confirmation page. So I look it up and she sent it to herself. Now this was minutes after she asked for my address because see, at this point, she said the reason no one could get a hold of her is because her Facebook got hacked. So she was sending me messages from her husband's Facebook account. Okay. But so she said, I have your address from last time, but it's in my account and I can't get to that because, hacking, locked out, family things. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. So and I can understand trying to do it in a hurry and being pissed off because, you're fucking caught at this point. You have painted yourself in a corner. In every email, I was like, if there's something going on, just let me know. Anything can be worked out. You just have to be honest about it. Seriously. Because if she's going through something, I'm not trying to be like, listen, bitch, I want my money. Whatever she's going through is much more important than my prize, right? I'm not that fucking heartless. So I was like, girl, you didn't even send this to me. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. It was an accident. Which I could get, except that I just sent her my address. So I email the company's customer service right away. And I say, hey, this order number was sent to the wrong address. It was just placed tonight. Can that be changed? And she said they can't change it on their end, but once there's tracking information, you should be able to contact UPS, and UPS should be able to reroute it. Now, just from my my experience at work, so for what it's worth, for my anecdotal evidence here, I had to deal with shipping. Our company shipped out these huge orders and all this stuff. And so sometimes things got lost or whatever, and I have had things be able to successfully get rerouted, and I've also had them not. And I've also had them say they could and then not follow through, or say they couldn't and then it did. You know, it's hit or miss, because you never know what rep you're going to get on the phone and how their communication is through the chain. You know, it's just, you don't really know for sure. And it's not necessarily anyone's fault, you know. But I said to her, you should be able to fix it. And she says, how? So like, I have to explain to her that I contacted customer service on her behalf to figure out how to correct her fuck up. I don't like cleaning up other people's fucking messes, okay? I can't even clean up my own. Like, if you saw my house, you'd be like, this girl can't clean up shit. I mean, literally, like, if my dog shits, I'll clean it up. I don't mean that, but, you know, whatever. So, by this point, I know some shit is going down, and she still hasn't done the next contest. So, people are wondering what's going on. So these two admins who were trying to do their due diligence made a post on the group page. Hey, we're concerned about this person. We're not sure what's going on because we haven't been able to get a hold of her. So we're just hoping everything's okay with her and her family. You know, and we'll keep you updated as soon as we get information. Well, that got all the other admins upset because they were just so out of order to try to give people an honest update that wasn't throwing anyone under the bus. It was honest, but not like, this bitch did. It was like, we're just concerned right now because we can't reach her. That's all. Oh, okay, so going back to when I was sending a message to all the admins to try and like clear everything up. So I start typing, I'm adding the admins in, and I start typing because I just want them to hear the other side. They start exiting the conversation before I even send the message. Now I am like so pissed. I cannot even. So I go ahead and send the message, and I said, you know, she never placed an order. She can't show any evidence of anything that she said. We don't know where the money actually went. Now she says she shows us where she did the contest, and she includes all the people who entered. And she's like, so here's the winner. I don't know if you guys want refunds or you want the winner to get her prize. Like, oh my God. One of the remaining admins posts in the group, here's a new list of our admins. After there's some ongoing issues, blah, blah, blah. And so I commented on that. That's not a fair representation of the facts at all. I don't know what I did to these admins to make them decide they're not even going to take a chance to listen to me. She told me I was being aggressive. She called me hun. Can you believe that, Noodle? She's really concerned, but she's tired. And she said, hun, I would invite you to leave the group. And when I didn't take that invitation and I said, like, I know what happened and I have the receipts, she kicked me out of the group. Now, obviously I didn't really want to be a part of this group anymore, but I wanted to follow through and make sure that everyone was made whole again. So I decide, you know, they don't believe me. I am going to get proof fucking positive, bitch. So I thought about it for a minute. And I thought, you know, Detective Sparkle's Tiny Hands, you can call the original company. I have the dollar amount, I have the date, I have the name of the person, and I have her email address. I can just call them and say, look, this person was supposed to be ordering something to be sent to me. She said the order got lost. I'm just trying to figure out what happened to it. can you help me? And I said, I don't have an order number. And she said, do you have an email address? So I looked it up. No orders. I said, I have one other email address. I don't think she'd have used it for this, but whatever. Looks it up, doesn't find anything. I give her the dollar amount and the date, and she's like, no, I don't. And then she goes, wait, let me check one more thing. And she said, yeah, I see where she tried to place the order, but her payment wouldn't go through. Now, if everyone paid their entry, how could the payment not go through? And as a matter of fact, the order was $20 less than it should have been because she had another discount code that gave her an extra discount. So even though the prize was supposed to be for a certain dollar amount, she took the discount off, so she was still holding back $20. You can't take people's money, not use it how you're saying you're going to use it. You just can't. It's not my rule, it's the law. Us mere mortals have to follow the law. So she says that, and the date matched up to the date that she was supposed to originally place my order. And it did, I believe, contain everything that I picked. It was off like, the subtotal was off like 20 cents from what I had in my screenshots, so it could have been, I don't know, whatever. I don't care, it doesn't matter, the order never happened. And she said, and then she tried it again just this past Monday. That's the day that I called her out for having the fake order number in the first place, to say that she placed the order. So now she's trying to get a real order number real fast so she can make up some other fucking ridiculous story. These fucking morons will believe her. That's cute. It really doesn't take that much smart to know when somebody's full of shit. Like, I eat a lot, but I don't eat no shit sandwiches. My dogs would eat that. Oh my God, it would be a fucking treat. She tried 2 more times to get the order to go through just this past Monday. Like I said, when I was finally giving all of my receipts to all of the people, the admins. She couldn't pay for it then either, even though she had just paid for the replacement order. So I'm writing down all of my information in my little notebook. You know, I am good at documenting things. Send them this information about the original order, that she tried to place it, she didn't have the money, and I get a reply back, not from her, from someone who is actually like a mutual friend who's an admin, but I think we're also, I don't know if we're friends on Facebook, I think we are, but we're in other groups together, like we've had interactions before. And she says, well, you know, with PayPal, you have to transfer the money into your account and it takes a really long time. Well, I got my refund for my entry on the second drawing that didn't really happen but did. And the night before, I moved it from PayPal to my account and it was already available the next morning. So no. And besides, if you have the money in a balance in your PayPal, you don't have to take it out of PayPal and put it in another account and pay from that account. You can just pay from your PayPal balance. Ding! Like I can't, because this girl, she is a nice girl. The one who's trying to be an intermediary here. She's not stupid. I don't know if she believes the shit coming out of her mouth, but it's like we're all standing here like the emperor has no fucking clothes. And they're all standing there looking at the naked emperor like, I think those clothes are really fly. I like them. I mean, I was refunded, but they still say that they're waiting for the refund from this replacement order from the first contest from over 3 weeks ago now, before they refund everybody from the first contest. I'm sorry, if you're caught doing fraud, you don't get to wait for your refund before you pay people back. come on. I'll try to pick up the pieces and move on and join a group less fanatical in their devotion. They were the other admins who got kicked out. They were saying in this group to them that I deserved an apology. And I said, I don't want an apology. From previous experience, I couldn't get an honest answer to the color of the sky from these people. I don't want an apology. And one of them who won't even listen to me, but who said to the other admins, she was really bitchy about it and about me. And I did a contest in that group a couple of weeks ago, and this bitch, who was the admin, won my contest. And my stuff was just kind of decluttering my collection. So, I mean, it was mostly used, but there was a lot of new stuff in there too. It was this huge box full of like hundreds of dollars worth of products, albeit used, but I didn't send her anything that was like gross or empty or nasty or unusable or anything like that. So, I don't know, kids. I don't know. Be kind. Try to be understanding. But don't be a doormat. You gotta stand up for yourself when you know you're being fucked with. Because you never know if anyone else will stand up for you, even when you have all the evidence of all the lies. I mean, if you're my friend, I will defend your ass. I will go to bat for you. I will not go to bat for you because I am terrible. I played softball one summer and our team lost the championship because I got a strikeout when I was about to get a walk. I swung at the ball that was out of... I wanted so bad to help my team and I sucked so bad. I could not hit a ball to save me. I wish I had a fancy fan right now that I could... But instead I'll just go... I guess that's all I have to say about that. I'll come back with some final thoughts after I'm finished. What do we think? I say guilty. Guilty. Detective Tiny Hands. She gets you as she can. Detective Tiny Hands. If you need a detective, she's your man. Woman. Thanks for watching my truth about the beauty community. Bye. See you in my next video.